Oh, you worked on a destroyer. Nice. All right. All right, so on to floors 21 to 30. We should be able to get through these pretty quickly. These guys, these Palace Adamantoids, they tend to have pretty good defenses, but they're not too bad. Once we get Ifrit going, and once we are able to get a lot of our other minions going, they tend to clean up those turtles pretty quickly. Okay, down he goes. Strong boy. That's right. Oh, got him. But yeah, Dozless, just keep in mind that the nicest part about the military, as far as I understand, is the sense of camaraderie that everyone has for each other. You'll have some outliers who don't really have it, but they don't tend to last very long. They tend to burn out. The people who stay in like 10 years, 20 years, like they're in it because they actually want to be there. Also, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, lots of people in the military play D&D. Like, I know a handful of like E1 through 4s, O1 through like 2 or so's. I think I met a few majors who play D&D like all the time. So it's definitely one of those things where it's like, if you have a hobby that you like to do, there are people who want to do it with you. Oh, nice. I think my favorite thing with meeting people who are military is the ones who like literally can't tell you what they do. So you'll ask them, you know, because you're a civilian and you're curious or something. They're like, yeah, you know, can't really talk about that, but no, it's cool stuff. Or they, you know, make up these weird, fun stories. What is kind of nice is that eventually you start to notice the ones who, oh no. You like usually, oh man, this guy is doing a lot of damage to us. Yeah, we can't do anything about that. We can't interrupt that. Yeah, that infatuation is unfortunate. I have to look up how we're supposed to deal with infatuation as a summoner. Yeah, usually they'll either be special forces or they will have. Plus, there's a pretty big difference too. Like if you're civilian versus like military, like they can sometimes tell other military things, but they can't really tell other civilian. They can't really tell civilians because you know you don't want to compromise mission security because like civilians tend to not really understand that they're not supposed to just talk about things. So it's one of those things where you know you might tell somebody something and then they go and they don't see any problem with talking about it on Discord or something, or sharing documents on Discord like that one stupid kid did. But next thing you know, You know, it's okay. It is what it is. War Thunder. Is that what that kid was playing at the time? Like, I literally don't know the story. I know that back in the day there were a lot of people on PlanetSide 2 who were military. Okay, let's get the sustaining potion going. I could use this, but I don't really want to. We have so many potsherds. Like, if we get to the boss, then I'll probably use a... then I'll probably use a potion. I'll probably use a pox to get rid of it. Man, like, that's a terrible idea. It's like, it doesn't really matter if it's realistic. You have to think about national security and all that good stuff. It's just like... One of the things is just like, people need to think about everybody whose lives are potentially put in danger just so somebody can get some social clout or something. It's absolutely absurd. Okay, let's use another one of these. Let's wait until we are above 80% again. Okay, sounds good. But yeah, it's just like... It's just that whole thing of like... Don't spread information about tanks, about our equipment, about our materiel. Don't do those things because doing so puts at risk everybody who uses those vehicles, who uses that equipment. Yeah. Safety. Okay, let's get rid of the traps. Okay, we're looking at Titan. Alright, let's take this guy out. The game, it doesn't need to be realistic. It's one of the fun things. It's like, it's a video game. It doesn't need to be realistic. If things were realistic, people wouldn't like it. Can you imagine, like, people playing a realistic war game? Like, you play the game, you come out with PTSD. Well, I mean, if you think about it, there is no real heaven or hell in this setting. There's the ethereal plane, and that's sort of like a culmination of the two. Now, these guys are just spawning behind us like crazy, aren't they? Okay, let's get a sustaining potion going. Yeah, what a lot of people don't really understand about, games like that is if, like, if you were to take Call of Duty and make it realistic, when you got shot once, you'd probably fall down, and then you probably wouldn't be able to move. So in, like, Resident Evil 4, whenever Leon gets shot by a machine gun or something, and he goes, ah, and, like, he falls over, like, that's what it looks like. That's what happens. Like, when people get shot, they tend to fall over. Their bodies tend to freak out a little bit. And they may or may not get up for a while. So just imagine you're playing Arma 3 and then, like, you get shot by the enemy, and so you're paralyzed for, like, 10, 20, 30 seconds? When we put it that way, it sounds terrible. It's more realistic. And also, like, if you get shot in, like, any number of places, like, you go from full health to dead instantly. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played DayZ, but yeah, I imagine. Okay, so it seems with Summoner I can just sort of like shield and heal through the crotch rot, so we should be fine with that. You know, it's just sometimes, but we're fine. That's what we get for I mean, that's what we get for accepting that offer from that Makote and Limsa Mensa, right? Okay, let's take this guy. Yeah, that is actually very realistic. Yeah, one of the things that you pick up pretty quickly when if you ever take a life drawing class or an anatomy class, or you read the Black Bible, and you read about how humans work and how vulnerable a human body really is, what you tend to come to the realization is that against forces that a human body would have been expected to endure during, evolution, against those forces, the body is actually amazing at surviving. However, we are so far beyond that with our normal weapons at this point. Like, we're talking about a weapon, like a gun, that can, in essence, fire a dagger at, like, what, 2,000 feet a second? The amount of specific force is just incredible for that one little area. Like, your body can't stop that in any way, shape, or form. Like, skin's pretty good at dealing with a lot of things, but a lot of force concentrated in a small location is not something your body can deal with. Fun fact, by the way, if you have a petite, very light woman with stiletto heels, like, step on something, she will pretty much go straight through it with that heel. Oh, by the way, we do have automatic railguns at this point. They only fire the rail at like 200 feet per second. So it's not particularly... it's not dangerous. I don't even think to an unarmored person it's particularly dangerous. But, like, we have them. They exist. I think you can buy one. I forget the company that makes them, but they do exist. You can buy them. They're not dangerous. They're not deadly, to my understanding. No, we have coil. I'm thinking of coil guns. We do have a railgun that's mounted on a destroyer somewhere, but my understanding is that it was kind of inefficient, so they aren't really pursuing that as having an actual like military-esque as having an actual military application. Okay, so once we get up to level 50, we can stop full clearing floors. Because at that point, doing so becomes kind of pointless. Yeah, plus the other thing about railguns is they sound really good, but like the amount of money that you end up spending just to fire it once is kind of ridiculous. So it's not really cost effective. Let's see. Most realistic game because of how the player body works. Sometimes it works well when a friend shoots you in the leg, and that was the only thing he hit the whole time fighting. He shoots you in the leg, and then, like, I assume you take a bunch of bleed damage and eventually die. Which, by the way, would be hyper-realistic for how that would work. Hey, you broke the bone? Okay. So, fun fact about human anatomy. If you get shot in the leg, if you get shot in the leg and it hits the bone and shatters the bone, you probably have less than a minute to live. Potentially less than 30 seconds. Because the major artery, so arteries, they tend to travel down the body, they tend to travel down a limb, usually right next to the bone. They're usually very close to the bone. So arteries are on the inside of most of the muscle, and veins are on the outside. So the problem with that is that if someone gets shot in the leg, and it shatters the bone is probably going to splinter into the artery, and as a result of that, the artery will get lacerated and start bleeding out. And yeah, it's not that real. But yeah, at least it gives you, like, damage to that specific thing. And honestly, they probably didn't include that, because if they did, like, headshots would be lethal, leg shots would be lethal. Like, getting shot almost in general is, depending on where you get shot, is pretty much flat out lethal. Like, if you get shot in the arm and it hits the artery, like, you will bleed out and die. Yeah, it would be one of those things where it's like, the game would become kind of what real combat is, which is mostly about just flanking and ambushing everybody, and it would just be teamwork. I don't think that's... I don't think that that's what they were going for in DayZ. Plus the whole point of DayZ is, like, there are zombies. So... it would probably not be... it wouldn't fit for what their intended purpose was. I think it was... what was that, like, Ukrainian, Russian, Polish game that came out that was extremely popular for a while? Where, like, half the group was, like, NATO speaking, it was, like, English speaking, and the other half spoke Russian. There was, like, a demilitarized zone or something. I forget what it's called. It was super, super popular. I don't remember. Relatively recently, it was super popular. You would basically go out on runs to collect stuff. And then after that, you would... Hirschov? Tarkov. That's it. I think that came out recently. Like within a few years ago. That's recently, once you get old. But, like, Tarkov, I think, has a system like that. Like, if you get shot in the leg, like, you have to bandage it or die. So you get shot in the leg, and so now you need to, like, one, kill whoever shot you, or at least drive them off, so you can bandage your leg, and then splint your leg, so you don't bleed to death. all that fun stuff. So they try to be a little bit more realistic, but I haven't played DayZ, and I haven't played Tarkov, I've just seen Tarkov. But that's one aspect of the game that I remember. Hello. Yeah. That works until you meet all the botters. And they ruin the game for you. All the botters and the cheaters. Okay, we don't need the blue chest. Let's go for the golden chest. Alteration. Sure. Hello, friendo. It's time to die. Oh no. Guess we'll run for our lives. Luckily that Spriggan's kind of wants to cast lots of spells. We can just sort of hide over here. Ow, I guess we can't hide over here. Our hitbox is that big. Well, I don't know if they have I don't know if they have an overdose system in there. Let's take this guy down. Yes, so that's also realistic. Yeah, if you put the wrong blood in your system, you die. Fortune, if I remember correctly, that one is increases chests this floor. Yeah, in the real world, if you inject the wrong blood into your system, it just auto-clots, basically, and then you die. So don't do that. Like, quite literally, if you get injured, if you do what your dad does, and the medic puts the wrong blood into your system, you're screwed. I think there are ways. Yeah, I think there are ways that they can save you if that happens, but it's very few and far between, as far as I understand. But I'm not an expert on that. Ow. Give him a medic without morphine. Sounds good. Okay, let's go to the next level. You might like Barrow Trauma. Ooh, more fortune. They don't just have normal zombies, they have beasts. Beasts from the great beyond. Hellish creatures of hellish. Alright, let's see what we can find on here. And we are level 46, so we're getting there. Oh no. We're gonna get infatuated again. There isn't much we can do about that yet. On the bright side, because we're already infatuated, we can just kill this guy. Yeah, like if we have our cooldowns up, we can take them down, but otherwise, it's not really in the cards. Okay, that's a blue, we don't need that. Right, Scatine, eh? Hey. Two players tall, really skinny. His white, 3 wooden pikes sticking out of their mouth. That sounds like an enemy from like a survival game that I remember seeing. I don't know what it was called. It might have been DayZ. I don't know. There's one that I saw a while ago. It's set out in the country. Like you can go down to the caves and stuff. There were... It wasn't Stalker, I don't think. All I remember is the dude would like open cans and like eat canned food. And there were houses that would fill with like a white mist. I think it was. And so you had to like avoid those spawners, and there's like mist that would roll in. And that would basically allow lots and lots of enemies to spawn. I don't think you could get infected, though. I don't know. I could look it up if I could probably look it up somehow, but I'm not sure how long that would take. Minecraft. Yes, it was Minecraft. The enemy comes up behind you and goes, and then explodes. Did they take out, like, the dynamite block in Minecraft or something? Because people were using it too much to troll? I remember hearing something about that. The hardcore ender, yeah. Yeah. I remember hearing something about that. Why did they do that again? People were upset about that for something. But I know that they've added and removed blocks from Minecraft. Still in the game? Nice. I remember when I was... Oh no. I remember when I was teaching, one of the things that they would do is they had... Like, they would have little rooms set up where, like, the kids could come in and play Minecraft. I think it was, like, during, like, the last period of the day or something. Oh, strong. Oh, what I do remember actually is a programming class that a guy ran. I believe they used Minecraft to, like, build things using red blocks. That was nice. Nice. Yeah, I think they're like power blocks or something. Yeah, let you, like, automate things so they run continuously, like... Yeah. I think it's available through Teams or something like that. Yeah, I think he did one of those assignments. It was pretty cool. Remember he talked about how he had to continually justify it to the principal? Well, that's okay. Like, the fun thing about any kind of problem solving with classes like that is less if the students actually do the work and more about them problem solving. So if they're cheating something, well, that's fine. They're just problem solving a different way to get to the end of the assignment. Yeah, I think so. I don't remember much about it, but I think it gives you some sort of command block so you can actually do things. What's really fun about all that, though, is that it often takes more skill to cheat or bypass an assignment than it does to just do the assignment. So in many cases, by showing that they can cheat to bypass it, they in effect prove that they already know how to do it. Yeah, you can do an adventure mode. Like, some kids actually did do their assignments, if I understand, in adventure mode, even though the teacher told them not to do it. With adventure mode, you can just look for the command block and destroy it. Okay. Okay, we are level 49. I don't know why we're doing this the slow way, but I'm sure there's a good reason. We're on level 29, so we actually... What I actually want to do is wait until I can get energy drain again, so I can sort of... Nah, whatever, screw it. Okay, infatuation's almost over. Interesting. Okay, yeah, we're going to activate that so we can use the eggies against the boss. And let's go. Excellent, we are level 50. That means we get dragon mode now. Okay. I mean, honestly, I'm of the opinion that, like, when I was always doing teaching, it was just like, alright guys, I'm giving the assignment now. If you do it, that's great. If you don't, that just means there's less for me to grade. You just get a 0. Is this... I think this is the Fear Itself guy, right? Yeah, this is Fear Itself guy. Wait, what? We're level 50, aren't we supposed to get dragon mode? I mean, I could be missing something. I don't think I am. It's like, I usually did English classes. That was my specialty. supposed to get something else? Maybe I have to re-summon Carpenter? Gotcha. Okay, sounds good. I usually get Dragon. What level are we? We are level 50. Oh, we go up to level 60. That makes sense.